Gaming laptops have only been getting better with each generation. Many manufacturers also understand that not everybody has $2,000 to dish out on a powerful gaming laptop. So here I present one of the best gaming laptops under $1,000, the Dell Inspiron 7559, last gen's budget gaming beast. The exterior design consists of plastic from top to bottom, though the material has quite a lot of heft to it, with not much flex. The top consists of a red accented Dell logo and the soft touch plastic finish. On the bottom, you'll find the cooling vents, rubber feet, subwoofer, and a single screw which holds down the bottom plate. Removing that plate is as easy as removing one screw, which is exactly what you do. You will find that the storage is upgradable, but you will also find an empty slot for 2.5-inch drive. The RAM is also upgradable, so you can add up to 32 gigs of RAM. So the upgradability in this machine is definitely a good strong point. On the right, there's a Kensington lock, Ethernet port, HDMI port, USB 3.0 port, and an SD card slot. On the left, there's power in, a cooling vent, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and an audio jack. The hinge is surprisingly good, allowing you to lift the lid with just one finger. Very nice. Another thing that is nice about this laptop is its IPS panel. Colors pop more than the TN panel, but the viewing angles are not exceptional. This is using a 1920 by 1080p display, which is ideal for the kind of games you will be playing on this laptop. The keyboard is okay. The keys are pretty stiff, but typing on it was still pretty consistent. The backlight is oddly a plain white, though you would expect it to be red because of all the gaming accents. Nevertheless, for a stealthier experience in school, this color backlight is probably preferred. The trackpad is awful. It's made of plastic, though a rough textured one, and requires a heavy press for it to register keys correctly. Two-finger scrolling and gestures like that feel very dull. The webcam can record in 720p, up to 30 frames per second. It's fine, it's really just a webcam. It'll get the job done. The speakers are incredible. They have such a rich sound which is made even better thanks to the dedicated subwoofer. Listen. For the price, this laptop definitely has very good specifications. This is the base model with an Intel Core i5-6300HQ, quad-core with 2.4 GHz, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX1050 with 4 gigs of VRAM, 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and 256 gigs of SSD storage. Performance in Overwatch was really good. Playing in high settings gave me a little more than 60 frames per second in 1080p. My games will run very well on this machine, but what about a much more demanding title? Well, I also tested Shadow of Mordor, and performance was still great. Playing in medium settings in 1080p and was very surprised with its performance. I was still getting a little less than 60 frames per second, but it was still very solid. Performance in Photoshop was solid too, unsurprisingly. Smooth animations and movements were very prominent. Performance in Adobe Premiere Pro was also pretty great. I was able to scrub through the timeline without any issues, and the screen real estate made editing even more comfortable. 960M handled rendering very well. Same goes for Adobe After Effects. It was able to handle more complicated effects without breaking a sweat. I added layers and layers of effects, including some adjustment layers and 3D effects. This machine never slowed down, but it definitely could have made use of more RAM. Performance aside though, what is it like using this laptop? Carrying it around for one wasn't a pain. The laptop is light enough and thin enough to fit in my backpack, despite having so many powerful components. The screen isn't very bright, so using it especially at night was pretty easy. The battery life was pretty good as well for a gaming dedicated laptop, giving me about 5.5 hours, closer to 6 hours actually on a full charge, with brightness at 75%. Using this laptop feels better than using most gaming laptops, because it feels like it's designed for the traveling gamer who doesn't want to stick out. So, getting the usability portion out of the way, let's talk about the issues with this laptop. Although the soft touch finish feels nice, it is a fingerprint magnet. The amount of times I had to wipe the top lid off with a damp cloth can't even be counted. The dim screen is nice indoors or in the dark room, but it is awful outdoors, especially if it's bright outside. Lastly, the trackpad is just awful. It feels clunky, and tapping it feels very empty, as if there wasn't anything beneath this slab of plastic. Also, I don't understand why it's located so far towards the left. It makes typing a pain because of its awful palm rejection. However, despite all of my complaints, it deserves a recommendation. This is a very solid gaming solution, especially if you're on a budget. If you need a laptop for content creation, this one will get the job done as well. As a performer, this laptop will become a great option for many who won't mind the weight. But if you're looking for a thin and light, with this horsepower, you are better off looking elsewhere, because this is not as portable as something like my Razer Blade 14. If you're looking to just game, the base model here will be a great option for you. I just recommend buying a hard drive for all of your bulk files. If you wanted a budget solution for content creation, then I recommend you upgrade the RAM on this machine to 16 gigs by purchasing a second 8 gig module. The upgrade to the i7-6700HQ isn't necessary, but the hyper-threading feature on that i7 could come in handy if you want the most reliable performance. Regardless, you can't go wrong with the base model and a simple RAM upgrade. If you're curious about which kind of laptop to get, I made a video about which laptop would be best for your use case. This will apply to you only if you're looking for a thin and light and something that is still less powerful. So I will be leaving a link to that video in the description. For more content, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and to be updated on our weekly videos, make sure to click on the bell. For links to everything featured in this video, we will be leaving those in the description. This has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.